Cast of this later. This was a live stream, so if you hear me chatting with people, we are doing this live. And it's because the little kids are at the bed now. They're gone off their little sugar high. They got school tomorrow. So now we get the grown-ups in here. As you see LeBron James in his outfit of Pennywise. But he's not spending a penny to make himself wiser and getting himself in shape for the NBA season. He just wants to play his way through it. You worrying about putting on contact lenses to make yourself look like a clown for Halloween. Y'all worried about your annual party for Halloween rather than the NBA season. Oh, it's early. We got time. Why would they be so comfortable with all that's going on unless they know something? The fans now believe, after watching that game against the Knicks, watching the way LeBron played more than anybody, because when they say Cavs, they really mean LeBron, you know. Let's be real about it. He had a lot of turnovers. Spin move turnovers where he's just throwing the ball to the opposition. And they're like, what is going on here? Well, Rappaport just happens to know the truth. You know, the fans are saying, what's going on? Why is LeBron doing this? It looked like he's doing it on purpose. Like he don't care. His focus isn't there. His mind is not wrapped on basketball fully. He's out of shape. All those 1-minute Instagram videos. And what was they good for? Nothing. LeBron was not in shape because he didn't prepare. He was too busy focused on Instagram, thanking everybody else for stuff they doing, congratulating them. He became a social media whore. And he didn't prepare with his team. He didn't practice with his team. He didn't do anything to try to get them ready. He went out in Vegas, did a little one-on-one talk with Rose and all those guys trying to see where their heads at. And these guys were working out to get in shape. But I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. As soon as I see people start getting their notifications. Because these guys go to sleep around this time. And they don't send out the notification. So let me let people know I'm here. Who's asleep? There you go. There your mans. Queen Jane. Just like the queen he is. Queen James. Now, the fans can't believe Cleveland has got off to such a bad start. And the fact that they look exactly how I told you they were going to look. I told you they were old. I told you they were out of shape. I told you they didn't play defense. I told you all of these things. You said, nah. Cleveland finna beat everybody in the game. And then they started getting blown out by the Knicks. Then they started to get blown out by the Nets. Now they on a 3-game losing streak. And people are going, what's going on with the Cavs? Oh, they must be losing on purpose. To try to make everybody believe that they're going to lose. Like right now, if the playoffs started today, Cleveland would be out. They're in 10th place. Detroit's in first place. And the Grizzlies are in first place of the Western Conference. Now we all know these things are not going to stand. But as of right now, it's not a good sign, especially for Cleveland. They lost Sherbet Ice Cream. He's out for about a week and a half. So, yeah, that's going to help his conditioning. He has a sore knee, so he's going to be out. Exactly. Now, LeBron James' name shouldn't even be mentioned in most valuable players. There's about 45 other players that are in better position than LeBron James to be an MVP, especially for this season. It was his Halloween party. It's LeBron's Halloween. This is his annual Halloween party he throws. He wanted to go as a clown. He was a clown. Then I guess what's his name went as some type of Game of Thrones thing.
I'm gonna go. Welcome to the Savage Theater. We are prepared for a most wonderful evening.
James family Halloween party.
So we're gonna come out of the shower, I know for a fact.
That's it, see? I knew you right there. How about that?
Georgie? Hello, Georgie.
Tristan Kardashian and the other one. Khloe Kardashian, yeah. Dwayne Wade is, I don't know who he is. He's just Milli Vanilli. I guess he think he's the Prince of Zamunda. See? Why they worried about all this garbage? This is why they're losing the games. So y'all can believe all you want. Isiah Thomas, he had the best costume. He came in as Eazy-E. He should be at home rehabbing his hip, but he out kicking it with these guys. And he comes in as Eazy-E. You see Isiah Thomas right there as Eazy-E? I don't know who J.R. Spliff is trying to be. Clam Chowder trying to be Prince. I know he's trying to be the Prince of Zamunda. Who in the world is J.R. Spliff? And who is he supposed to be? Is he Stephen A. Smith or somebody? He was a conehead. Well, he fits because he's a conehead. But the best costume was Isiah Thomas as Eazy-E. He looks just like Eazy-E. Oh, I shouldn't have been there. It'd have been a fight immediately. Tristan Kardashian. I thought he was Bambaataa from Conan the Destroyer. I'm like, is he Bambaataa? And there's the host, the clown. Yeah, you're spinning on a bad ankle. He's over here crip walking on a bad ankle.
This is crazy.
Dwayne Wade is Milli Vanilli.
Look at the cold hands.
So this is your answer as to why they're losing games. They're not losing on purpose. They don't care. Kevin Love was Sting, wasn't he?
Oh look, he's coming. We gotta go.
One will lose their rights, the other will lose their men. The devices are attached to a timer and a kill switch behind the padlock fence.
Trelane Mills as the exorcist. Is she around? Trelane is getting a drink as I said. Oh, there you go. There you go. The dragon is inside her, guys. The dragon is inside her. Yes. The dragon in it. Take a picture. No more dragon in it. Double T. You can't have it. Where is mention. Okay, hey, you. All right. Mr. Channing Frye as Blank Man. Where's Channing Frye? There's Channing.
Is that Kevin Love as Sting? Millie Vanilli, Dwayne Wade, and Gabriel Union. Whose idea was that?
Babe, do you want to go get another shot?
And look at that. Tristan Kardashian is drunk.
You love your leave, huh?
This guy's gonna be like Kyle Korver tomorrow.
He loves it.
Look at him. Drunk with mascara on. And they got a game tomorrow. They got a game tomorrow. Everybody's so focused on the NBA season, ladies and gentlemen. They're so focused. You see what I be trying to tell you? I ain't messing with them. It's gotten to the point that Lou.
Yeah, he went to practice and he didn't go to the live stuff.
See, it's gotten to the point where Lou has to address it and call people out. They want to make him the bad guy so they can have somebody to fire if things don't go right.
He didn't go to the live stuff though, but he went to everything else. Yes.
They're not losing on purpose. They're losing because they're not good enough.
Sure. Just, guys, just, off the court, we got great chemistry, great bond. And just on the court, he's got to be better. Like talking, communicating, enjoying the game together, having fun. And right now, guys are not having fun. So that's what I think about Spears. They're getting that chemistry right.
It seems like it was a long practice.
Was it?
We were told how long did you
Sorry, Dave.
No, I was not complaining. I'm just saying it was no longer than you normally would.
Not really. We had a long talk before the practice. Kind of set practice back. So that's what takes so long.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the topic of the talk?
I forgot.
Did you focus more on offense or defense?
Focus on getting in better shape. Having pace practice and watching us today. It's a big difference. So, when I'm still playing with pace and move the ball, move bodies, we got to get in better shape to do that.
Is that a planned thing or they kind of dropped it at the top?
But the talk was about a little bit about that, but I'm not going to talk about the rest. I'm pretty sure the guys will talk about it.
Just you did
Talking or other
No,
players too?
everybody talk.
You mentioned one of the things you were going to talk about was some guys are intimidated to play with LeBron.
Yeah, maybe not the right word, but you play with LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Playing with great team. You just find yourself referring to those guys all the time and not letting step on the toes. And I just told Jay Crowder and D Rose and new guys, just play your game. Like be aggressive, be who you are. And LeBron and Kevin, those guys are unselfish, so they're gonna be able to adjust to you. And we don't want you to worry about you taking too many shots or you being too aggressive or too many big moments. Like just play your game. And if you do it too much, we'll let you know.
Would you, having watched film and considered what's going on, do defensive stuff. Are you saying that is because of a lack of physical conditioning instead of just attention to detail or effort?
I would say attention to detail as far as getting back, getting centered. Shot goes up, two guys got to get back. And the problem is we're not getting out of the corners. The shots are going up, guys are standing in the corners and not getting back. And teams miss or make, they're pushing the ball against us, trying to get back and create confusion, create mismatches. It's the same reason why we want to play fast. So that's what teams are trying to do. We got to do a better job to get back.
You guys are one of the teams that the target on your back. You walk into the arena, and then the team trying to make or break this season. Do you think the new guys have to get accustomed to that? The fact that, you play for the Cavs, maybe they
well, they've been in winning situations. D-Wade's been in winning situations. D-Rose, Jay Crowder, they've done one of these. So they understand that. And just, like I said, have five different combinations, whatever, out of 7 games. So we just, trying to figure it out. So I think today's start of, film and practice, I think guys are getting clear understanding of the
They can do whatever they want, Corey. That's why they losing.
Guys in the locker room say trust defensively. When it comes to those kinds of things, do you anticipate?
No, Derrick Rose can't be with that. He can't be out there kicking and getting drunk. D Rose he playing for a max contract.
I expect it to be like this right now, especially in our first 2 games. Holding opponents under 100 points and playing good defensively. And then, I think offensively, we're not playing as you can. So when you're missing shots, you got to get back in transition every single time you're not making shots. That puts pressure on the transition defense. So we got to do a better job offensively as well.
Coach, last stage we talked about 3 major things: transition, base, defense. We have not seen the other things. Last stage we talked about transition, base, defense. There's 3 most important things. What kind of something to see?
Yeah, same thing. The last thing that is contested shots. We're doing a better job of contested shots. Whether guys are great shooters or not, give them their shots. They're going to be able to make shots. So we got to do a better job of challenging every shot. And then if you do that, you can get the results.
You can go down the line almost guy by guy and find them in flood or something out there. What is Lebron's level of culpability on this?
We have to get in better shape. We can't, missing the whole training camp and getting hurt the second day of practice, really set him back as far as being able to fly around and push the pace offensively, defensively fly around. So he's trying to work himself back into shape. But, the game is coming so fast, it's hard to really do that. So the best way to do that is by playing more games and getting in shape, game shape, and just got to go from there.
Timeouts in the NBA this year.
I know D-Wade said it affected him a lot. He said because he's have to play more minutes consecutively. So I really didn't notice that, but the players are complaining about you have to play more minutes in a row now because of the timeout situation.
So moving forward, is that something that you are going to have to?
Well, that's what you asked for.
To get them to play 9-minute stretches, 10-minute stretches, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, that, and also just timeouts are different because you have the same timeouts now. They're taken away to it's different. And, so the timeout situation is kind of tricky, but we'll be used to that. But if we're in better shape, we'll be able to play for that.
See, if you're in better shape, he saw them in practice today, and they look like crap. And now it's going to come back on him. He saw the party. No, he saw the practice. And you telling guys to pick it up, and they like, whatever. But this is why you fans who believe the Cleveland Cavaliers are losing games on purpose, they're not physically capable of winning these games. I told you that. This team is not great. It's not even good. It's all right. They got the same bunch of people that do the same type of roles. And they're not a unit. And here's what I was going to tell you that nobody knows. Derrick Rose and LeBron James are not really coup de la. Because here's the thing. Rose is there to play basketball. And here's the main problem they got. LeBron James commands the entire court of basketball when he's working out. So whoever in there working on their game, they got to just bend to the will of LeBron James. And Rose isn't used to that. He was like, well, normally a player, even a star player, if they want to practice, they practice on one end of the court. They don't take the whole basketball court. Rose is on the other side. And they was like, nah, you got to get out of here. LeBron wants the whole court to himself. So Rose is like, man, well, how am I supposed to be, getting in shape and getting ready if this guy's taking the whole court, which he don't even need? Like, nobody does that. That was the first and only time Derrick Rose has ever seen that done in the NBA. And he's a former MVP. And they told him he had to go right then and there and clear out for LeBron. And he was like, can I just go on this end and work? They was like, nah, you got to go. But he said, it's his team. It's LeBron. So, what I can't. He's not in a position to do anything about it. But that shows you the type of irresponsible things that the league has given and bestowed on him. Now they're crying because they're doing what the NFL did. They cried about something and they got it. They wanted more rest. This guy wanted more rest. So the league said, you know what? You got it. Y'all gonna have more rest now. But the season finna start earlier this year. And then you guys lose 2 timeouts. You know what the player said? Oh, that sounds like a good deal. Now you see the players complaining about it. The same thing happened with Ezekiel Elliott. And the players, he's suffering from what the players didn't agree to. They got less preseason games. That's what they wanted. They wanted less OTAs. They wanted all this less practice. And the league said, fine. That's what you want. You got it. But the commissioner wants control. He gets to be the commander-in-chief of all UC. And they was, okay, no problem. He gets the final say on all that, but who cares? Man, we got less OTAs. We got everything. Now what's happening? The commissioner got too much power. Article 46. Article 46. The commissioner has the right to overrule anything. And you guys signed for it on the dotted line and agreed in collective bargaining agreement. And LeBron James wanted this extra rest for the players. They got extra rest, but really you don't. Because now you got to play more consecutive minutes. Now the season starts earlier than usual. You're not in shape. Normally the season will be starting after Halloween. This is the first time in NBA in a long time the season has started 2 weeks ago before Halloween. Now, thanks to Queen James, the season was supposed to start this week. But nope. He wanted the party still. So now he feels, I'm going to just play till I get in shape. And all of these other things. And you can't just play your way into shape. A lot of people tried this. Shaq was one of them. This led to the demise of Shaq and Kobe's on-court relationship. And they kept arguing because every time the season would start, Shaq would come in out of shape. And Kobe'd been working all year. So you got a person that's working out all the time. And then you got some lazy bum who's overprivileged coming in there talking about, I'm going to get ready. It's going to be a long season. We going to the playoffs. He's got his mindset on we going to the playoffs. We going to the finals. Don't worry about it. It ain't no big deal. We'll win later down the road. Like, I've been through this so many times. We'll figure it out. IT get back, we gonna be better. See, the NBA can cheat for you all they want. But we already know what they're gonna do. They're gonna give you guys fouls and everything else, but they can't make you play defense. These guys are shooting almost 60% on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And they keep talking about scoring. This was the first game they lost that they actually started saying the words defense. LeBron never mentions defense, and I've done how many of these post-game interviews with LeBron after they lose? Never did he ever mention defense. We'll be all right. That's what he said. Oh, we just, got to get used to each other, but we'll be all right. Never mentioned defense until they lost to the Knicks. Now it's about defense. Why wasn't it about defense from the beginning? Because it's always been about defense, and it's always been about him playing defense. He don't play it. He piggyback. Now, how you going to play yourself in this shape? And this is what Tyronn Lue is upset about. He's mad at LeBron, but he can't really say nothing to LeBron because he's the franchise. So he can't really say nothing to the guy, but he's really mad because this guy missed the entire training camp. Then you get injured going in practice, the second practice you guys have. So you miss training camp. You come in and you get injured on practice. He's baby. Whenever you spoil a baby and give a baby everything he wants, this is the results. So all you Cavs fans who thinking they losing on purpose, they not losing on purpose. They just don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. When they want to start giving a damn, by then it's gonna be too late. Teams know how to beat them. The word is out. Everybody know to beat Cleveland, you just gotta run them. They old. Nothing's gonna change that. You're old. You the past, bruh. You see, another team tried to do what they did right now. The Lakers tried to get these guys a ring who had never gotten one. Karl Malone, Gary Payton, they all went and joined the Los Angeles Lakers. They went to the NBA Finals and they played the Detroit Pistons. And they quickly found out how far off Karl Malone fell off the wagon. They quickly figured out that even with all these players, you gotta play defense. Their defense dropped dramatically that year. Well, the Bulls won because they had Dennis Rodman. Without Dennis Rodman, the Bulls don't win. Period. No, Dennis Rodman was way better defender than Draymond Green. That's not even comparable. Well, Kevin Love, who went to the Halloween party of Sting, he came in there only because of this Halloween party crap. He came into practice, and that's basically all they were talking about was the
got that new home edition and you're keeping it.
You know that what's his name, that party. That's all he yapped about.
Well, Ty was just over here.
Let's talk about the Halloween party. I don't want to talk about basketball.
Okay, well, you flew in a makeup artist and still did not win, couples contest or whatever. So, can you discuss your disappointment there?
I'm very disappointed. There was some stiff competition this year. Willy Wonka was unbelievable. He had a set of 4. It was a golden ticket and then 2 Oompa Loompas. It was unbelievable. Channing was great. Lebron was about 7'2" because the head of the Pennywise costume was like made him extra. I think who else? Khal Drago, Tristan, it's great. Game of Thrones fans. It's good.
Did you get a vote?
No vote.
No vote?
No vote. It was
Who
rigged.
got
It was rigged. It was a fixed job, an inside job. I would have voted, I don't know, the whole night, Kyle's costume. I would have said, he looked just like the new school Willy Wonka. Like, who played that role? Johnny Depp. Yeah, he looked just like him. It's perfect.
Well, Ty was over here.
That's it?
I want to know how long the makeup took.
The makeup, how about this though? Listen, we're gonna talk about basketball. I say Jetty's name. I said Jetty? Anyways, his makeup, Freddy Krueger, took 2 hours to put on, 2 hours to take off. So that's my answer to that question.
Jetty Krueger.
Jetty Krueger. Yeah. He said he's up till like 4 a.m. Ask him. Jetty! I'm conducting this today. I can't wait to see this on cat.com. Come here, step in right here. Tell everybody, introduce yourself as Jetty Krueger. How long did the makeup take?
Like 2 hours, 2 hours.
And how much did it take off?
145.
All right, get out of here. Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Jim. Ask your question.
All the guys showed up in the back.
Yeah, just about. Either that, I didn't know who some of the guys were that had the full mask on, but I don't know. Nobody snuck in. Haunted House was great too. I know you were asking me about that on social media.
Any special cookies that
Not that I can remember. We did a downtown last year where you have to they like lock you in a room. What's it called? And you have all the crews. You have to get out. Escape room. We had one of those. It's like a full team event. It was cool. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ty today said that he thought you guys would tell us about what you talked about.
Ty didn't show up to the party.
But Weems was there.
He was there. He was great. He basically went as himself and trained. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Somebody else.
No, I'm sorry. I'll let you finish.
Did anything? What prompted the talk you had before practice and what came from it?
I think, naturally the slow start that we've had prompted us to just all get on the same page and kind of figure out what we need to do. Feel like we can get in better shape. That's going to help us on the defensive end. Communication, energy, and just getting the new guys to well adjusted and on the floor more time together. So time will tell how it's going to play out, but we have a lot of really good positive energy from today. So it was a great practice.
How necessary was it to kind of take that moment?
Yeah, I think it's early in the season. I feel like to do it, but it wasn't like one of those meetings where, it was so over the top, so to speak. It was just figuring out exactly what we need to do. We watched certain segments on film of the game, broke down film a little bit differently, and came out here and got some good work in.
Did the last 24 hours lighten the mood?
I think it was good for us. Yeah, sorry to interject there, but I think it definitely lightened the mood, and it was definitely a get to know you moment with a lot of guys. So I think guys really, I'm going to talk about the party again, but brought it, and it was fun. And for team camaraderie purposes, we all get along, have fun, but I think in some odd way, it'll definitely help us.
I was just thinking even the talk today after that people might have been more open about.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
I think it only helps.
How do you actually get in better shape during the season? Obviously, those travel, those games.
I'm not saying that guys are taking plays off, but just going super hard. I mean, we have the luxury of being able to put guys in different spots in a really deep roster where we don't have to necessarily log 30 plus minutes, even the starters. So just go hard. If you're tired, ask for something.
Do you think that's the problem?
Derrick Rose when is the invisible man.
You talk about what? Being in shape?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we can definitely be in better shape.
How does this team enter into a regular season in worse shape than Team X?
I just think that we've had moments in previous seasons where we've had this conversation. I feel like that. Or just our rate of play, our pace of play is even more so what I'm talking about. Maybe out of shape is the wrong word, but just like get into our sets, secondary offense, and miss or make getting the ball out, pushing it. I think that's more than anything what I'm trying to say.
LeBron said last week or 2 weeks ago that he kind of breaks this season down and his goal is to progress every single month.
Yeah.
Now that the first month is over, do you view it that same way? Is that been a message from Ty, or where does that come from?
Yeah, I mean, the idea. I mean, you'd love to get better every month. I mean, we feel like obviously this month wasn't pretty for us, but NBA's great. It's either games come at you fast, and it's another opportunity for us to right the ship, and we think we will tomorrow.
So there it is. Okay, let me flip it. There you go. Now you get to see me. It is what it is. You see these players? They love the Halloween party. Now, is that party going to bring everybody together? No. Only time will tell, huh? Stand up for Cavs Nation. There's no such thing as Cavs Nation. Are the Cowboys done without Zeke? Yes, they're not making the playoffs. Because no one's going to respect the run. Nobody's afraid of Morris. Nobody's afraid of... They want Dak to be the passer. They want him to beat them passing. They're like, okay, Dak Prescott, beat us in the air. We're going to stack the box and stop the run, stuff that. Now, beat us in the air. I don't think they beat Boston. Boston has gotten a lot better. A lot better. I'll show y'all tomorrow why Boston is better than Cleveland right now. Let me listen to Isiah Lord Thomas III explain what's wrong with Cleveland right now. Because we already know what's wrong with them. They're not playing any defense. So they're not capable. The young boys are too young, too fast. And they're just hoping these boys miss shots.
Cleveland Cavaliers, Allen Crabbe knocking down a three. On Wednesday, Brooklyn beat Cleveland. Then Boogie, Marcus Cousins, at home against Cleveland on last Saturday. Pelicans get the win. And then we jump to yesterday. Kristaps Porzingis putting in work. And the Knicks get their second win of the season. The Cavs fall to 3-4 on the year. LeBron James in his 15th season in the NBA, and this, just his second time in his career that he started out beneath 500. That's not exactly a murderer's row that the Cavs are losing to right
now. No, it's not. And we talk about them, defensively, and the thing that I see is that, this is an old Cleveland team. And they don't have the young legs or the energy to really go out and defend the way they think they can defend. And I don't know if they will be able to turn it on, but, Sam, what concerns me most about what's happened here with Cleveland is that they're losing the psychological advantage on all these teams. When the season started, Cleveland can walk into anybody's building, on anybody's gym, and the other team would be like, oh, we're going to lose tonight. Now, psychologically, every team thinks that, okay, because they don't play D, and because now we figured them out, they're a little older, now we got a chance. And so those nights where you have easy wins, now every night's going to be a struggle until you can put the league back on notice that we're the best team in the East.
That's right.
I don't know, because
that's right. That is right. The Lord has spoken. Isiah Lord Thomas III just told you everything I said right there in one sentence. Their fleet is lost. Their game is up. It's over. Oh, yeah, they going to get on the phone with Adam Silver Slipper. Adam, we top heavy as a mug. I need Eric Bledsoe tomorrow. Give me Eric Bledsoe and Devin Booker. Yeah, we got to get young, man. Oh, we ain't going to be in this thing. You want a finals without LeBron? Okay. You better make something happen, Adam. I don't even know who they play tonight. Who they play? Are they playing somebody tonight? They playing the Pacers? I should go to Indiana and watch the game. I should drive to Indianapolis and watch that game. Who am I kidding? I ain't going to that game. Oh, yeah, Office Depot happy. He just hit a game-winning shot. He going to be ready to go. This is my house. Office Depot, baby. He going to be happy. Peace out, y'all. Go to bed, Cousin Day Day. Office Depot back. This is my house.
Defensively, they got problems there. Where normally as a coach, when you look at your team, you're struggling, you can identify one or two areas on offense, one or two areas defensively. But Cleveland, defensively, they just can't do anything. Their transition defense is bad. Their half-court defense is bad. They're allowing too much dribble penetration. Everybody, I laugh out there when people think about the three-point shot. Coaches are not designed and played for three-point shots. You get your three-point attempts in the floor of the offense, and what people are doing now, they're spacing the floor. They're attacking you off the dribble, and they're making the defense commit and help, and then they'll find those guys. Last night when you watched the Cleveland Cavaliers against New York, they didn't have to find guys for threes because when they attacked players off the dribble, they were getting layups. No help defense, no communication. And right now, if you're Tyronn Lue, you're looking at this team, it's time to have a come to Jesus meeting because unlike Golden State, they have an identity. You got to have a brand new team. You're trying to figure out who you are and what you are. And this is a bad start for Cleveland right now, especially defensively. They have no answers.
Well, I know if you Tyronn Lue and you call Jesus right now and you ask him to help you on D, Jesus probably saying, hey, all I got is some O right now, baby. I ain't got no more D left.
It's time for Cleveland to have that. They just had that talk today. Because everybody in there, they mind is on the party. They come out of it, they mind still talking about the doggone Halloween party. You see, and this is the thing. It's not like it isn't LeBron James' fault. He's one of the main problems. He's one of the main problems. Exactly. It starts with him. And if your leader is setting poor examples and you got everybody as individuals, that's why I said a lot of people hear Isiah Thomas, they like, well, when we get Isiah back, I'm like, Lord Jesus, please. Are you serious? Isiah Thomas is 5'6", maybe 5'7". So that's going to fix all the defensive plugs in the Cleveland Cavaliers. Their problem is not scoring points. I keep trying to tell you that. If you're not stopping other teams from scoring, who cares if LeBron got 28, 13, and 8? Who cares? He averaged a triple-double in the finals. Who cared? They lost. So whatever he scored and the assists he got, there wasn't game-changing. He didn't have an effect on the game because they were getting blown out. In 3 of the 4 losses, they were blown out. They got blown out the first 2 games. Game 3 was tight. That was the only game that was close. Game 4, Golden State got blown out. So they basically like, whatever. Game 5, it was really, the game was really not in question the entire game. I know, it's like they under a trance. It's the Cleveland trance. They brain, well, you know, I think it's some toxin that was released in just the Ohio area. And the brain cells of the people in Cleveland are very dense. I guess that's due to all the losing they do. You know, it's just losing. All that losing build up. Every sport, they just losing. They got to root for a collegiate. Every pro sport, they losing. So when they won one time, that was it. They want to take that and run with it. I'm like, you got your one little victory. Now go on off to the pastures. Go off to pastures. Oh, we all know Game 4 was rigged. They had to try to make a series out of it. So they were like, look, we got to screw Golden State over because y'all ain't good enough to get this game. We want to at least get a series out of this. But this year, we'll start to see some series. Because last year, you had Golden State just sweep everybody. You had Cleveland just sweep everybody. So it really was no contest. And I'm like, why would you set it up this way? just to get to the finals quicker, that's dumb. That's not what the league want to do. And it's just basically the other teams were not good. Now we're actually seeing some competition from the smaller teams that you didn't think they would be doing anything. And that's only because a lot of the teams' players are new. This is the first time they playing with these guys. Nobody's thinking about going through a perfect NBA season. People be like, it's a long season, we lose, who cares? This is the first month of the NBA. You know, just try to stay above 500 and we'll be all right. Now teams have had some identity about themselves as far as playing amongst each other. No team today would last in the 90s. Not one. Golden State wouldn't even last. They would win probably 30 games if they played in the 90s. They would not make the playoffs. San Antonio, they would be good, but they probably wouldn't make the playoffs. Their style of play is like the 90s because they actually play basketball and share the ball, move it around. But they just don't have enough guys at the skilled position. See, back then, there were so many teams just like the Spurs. They played like the San Antonio Spurs. They had big physical power forwards that stayed in the box, hit the lanes. No way. These guys today are too soft. They wouldn't have made it. So, like the Spurs in the 90s would have crushed the Spurs of today. So you look at it that way. No, Golden State does do those things. It's not what we're talking about, Ace. What we're talking about is they play a very different type of game with sharing the ball and moving it around and playing defense. They play a more sporadic game that's more athletic, not physical in the paint. They try to switch it up when they bring Wes in the game. They play a different style. But you wouldn't be able to contend and guard those physical guards in the East when they slow the game down, turn it to a half-court game. You wouldn't be able to get in transition because you're going to have guys with you at all times. They play two guys back all the time. It's a whole different game back then. Golden State shoot way too many three-pointers. And nobody in the 90s would even have attempted 13 in a game. They do this in a quarter now. They got guys that will run you up off that three-point line and be ready to meet you in the paint. You have very physical guys down there who wouldn't mind putting a body on you and bumping you and hitting you on screens, bumping you on the hips and elbows. These guys are too soft to be able to take it. Jeez. Did she just say what we said they were going to say? Did she just say what we said she was gonna say? Did she just say that she was not online when we just spoke that? There you go, Devin. You speak for me. Tell her what she didn't miss. Penny all day. Okay. Isiah Thomas at the costume party coming in as I'm sorry about that. Here we go. Coming in as Eazy-E was the best thing ever. He looked like a young Eazy-E. Until the finals. Look at him. Cleveland's just playing around until the finals. Dude, they're not going to get to the finals. If they keep playing the way they playing, they're not playing defense. They're not getting back. They're not even in shape, even now. Coach is like, man, y'all can't even get back. I know they got Adam Silver slipper. There's Isiah. And there's Easy. Are you kidding? Cal Korver came in as Willy Wonka. And Gabrielle Union dressed Dwayne Wade up as Milli Vanilli. It's too much clowning on Instagram. Too much all of it. You guys are right. I told you that's who I picked. Boston versus Golden State. That's the NBA Finals. I'm going to show you guys why Boston is going. We'll do that tomorrow.
We
maybe
sit
another
here
player.
today with the Cavs as they are presently constituted. This is the worst team LeBron has been on since the 2006 team he took to the NBA Finals and got swept by 2007, pardon me, got swept by San Antonio. It is the worst team he's been on since that season. And I'm shocked I'm saying that, but I'm saying that in part because Isiah Thomas is injured.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that in part because Derrick Rose is injured.
Right.
Because Dwayne Wade has all of a sudden looked like but he also, before he was bruised up, first 3 games of the year, he looked like he had deteriorated quickly. But most importantly and most disappointingly, Kevin Love is yet to seize this opportunity. Kevin Love went from being the best player on bad teams in Minnesota to the 3rd best player on really good teams in Cleveland. When Kyrie left, and when they traded for a guy that's not going to be around till January, Kevin Love had the opportunity to remind everybody, guys, I used to be 25 and 15. I was one of the most dominant players in this league. And now with LeBron taking on a more point guard role, I can be the focal point of the scoring part of this.
I thought LeBron make anyone better.
Advantage of that opportunity. He's shooting 24% from 3, 40% from the field. That's why I'm so disappointed, because he's supposed to be an all-star caliber player and he's not playing like it.
Cece, question for you. How much of their poor play, we understand that they've shuffled in a couple different lineups.
Okay, now I can't listen to him anymore. I can't watch this show, and I don't know what's wrong with her mouth. That's very weird. But of course, that's why you can't really listen to him. I'm just so glad this show exists. First things first, please, I am so glad that show exists. So that they can take Nick Wright and Chris Carter and put them on the show and keep them off Undisputed. I don't have to worry about skipping them and got to listen to them. Go, no Chris Carter, no Nick Wright. Get them off Undisputed. Thank you, God. I'm like, keep that show on the air, because I don't want them to make no more guest appearances on Undisputed. I don't need to hear Nick Wright ever again in life. So that was, I know. Now, this guy completely just showed you he doesn't know anything about basketball. He's ready to blame Kevin Love, because that's the only guy he know he can blame in this situation. Kevin Love is only doing what he can do. You guys want him to play the 5, but you got him popping out for 3s. While he's somewhere in the paint trying to establish position and he's guarding centers and he's doing all the dirty work, then you expect him to go out and pop out for 3s all the time. I'm like, what are you doing? He's playing the 5 now. It's the fact that the guys they brought in, Clam Chowder, hadn't been doing nothing. Jeff Green's been the only one balling. Nobody's in shape. He never brought that up. He was pointing out the fact LeBron James hadn't been in shape. He's getting burnt on defense. Why didn't Mr. Wright bring that up? It's not that this is the worst team he's been on. No, he's been on worser teams. He's got a better personnel on paper. They're just not playing up to it because they're not a team. But LeBron's supposed to make everyone better, right? What happened to that? Things was all good just a year ago. Because it's a myth. It's a lie. It's what they tell you. He's made no one better. He digressed everyone down to nothing. You can't name one player he's named better. Oh, I already know you joking. Exactly. He makes players better. It's like, no. He makes the situation better with him coming in and bringing 15 other players with him. and bringing the refs and Adam Silver Slipper. Bringing all of them in there. Cleveland sports. Yeah, you thinking like I'm thinking. Kevin Love, 16 points. I should go to sleep early today. So that way I can get up a little earlier and take care of some business. You're right. Let me get off. All right, I'm going to take your advice and get offline then.